Hey y'all, in this lesson we are going to be taking a look at how to combine like terms and solve one-step equations. We want to be able to solve equations that have like terms on one side. Our essential question is, how do you solve equations that contain like terms? In our first example problem, we're looking at Gianna, who has 36 yards of fabric to make matching sets of placemats and napkins like shown below. We want to know how many matching sets can she make? Well, we can figure out how much each set is going to take in length by determining how much a placemat and a napkin is total. So we can add up that a placemat from our picture is 1 1/3 yards long and our napkin is 1/6 yards long. When we add those together, we end up getting 1 1/2. This is the total length for each set. Now, we have 36 yards of fabric. We need to figure out basically how many times that can be split into 1 1/2 yards. So we're going to split it up, which means we're going to end up dividing. So here's our equation that represents our situation. We have 1 1/2 times x equals 36. So we do our inverse operation, opposite of dividing, to get rid of that 1 1/2. We're left with x equals 24. And we can check that we did that right by taking 1 1/2 times 24 and making sure that we got 36. So Gianna can make 24 sets. Make sure you have completed your notes for this first problem. Now you are going to try the same thing. Selena spends $53.94 in total to buy a necklace and bracelet set for each of her friends. Each necklace alone costs $9.99 and each bracelet costs $7.99. How many sets did she buy? First, you need to figure out what is the total amount that one set will cost. Fill that into your equation and then divide to figure out how many friends that she can get sets for. Pause the video now to complete this and press play when you're ready to see the answer. You should have figured out that she will spend $17.98 on each set. So when we fill that into our equation and we divide that over, we find that she can purchase 3 sets with this total amount. So she bought sets for 3 of her friends. In our next example, we are looking at a computer on sale. We will use subtraction in this problem. Humphrey bought a computer on sale for 35% off. That's awesome. He paid $507.96. What is the price before the discount? So we love seeing a good sale, and we want to figure out what the price was before we get the discount of 35% off. So to get how much we paid and a discount on that, we take the original price, we subtract the discount, and then that gives us the price that we paid, the amount that we owe. So in this case, the original price, we can represent it as P because we don't know it. The discount, 35% off, is going to be 0.35 times P because it's 35% of the price. So it's 0.35 times the price. When we subtract that off, we end up getting $507.96. Now we can simplify the left side of this equation where 1p or 100% of the price minus the discount is going to end up being 0.65. So remember that there is a nice little 1 here, and so it's 1 minus 0.35, and you get 0.65. This is like saying 100% minus the discount of 35% is 65%. So we are paying, this is how much we pay, 65%. So we're paying 0.65p, which is $507.96. When we continue on, we're going to divide that over. So we divide 507.96 by 0.65, and we end up that the original price was $781.48. Here is a very similar problem. Nat's grocery bill is $150. This included a 5% discount. What was the bill before the discount? So again, we know how much we paid. We know what the discount is. What was that original price? Pause the video now to figure out this problem, and when you're ready to move on, press play. Here is the answer for that. The original cost of the bill was $157.89. If you have any questions, please make sure you come and ask me. The last thing we're going to look at is just a quick equation here that doesn't have a word problem behind it, just a quick, we're going to combine like terms and solve. So here we have negative 3.5y minus 6.2y equals negative 87.3. We want to simplify that left side so that it's easier to work with. So we do that by combining like terms. Negative 3.5 minus 6.2 is negative 9.7. So we have negative 9.7y equals negative 87.3. Now we can do like we've been doing and simply divide over. Divide everything by negative 9.7. On the right-hand side, you see we have a negative divided by a negative, so our answer is going to be positive. 87.3 divided by 9.7. Put it into your calculator, not trying to do this in your head, and you get 9. So again, combine the like terms, and then do the one opposite operation you need to do here. You try one with fractions and one with decimals. Subtract the fractions and divide over. Subtract the decimals and divide over. You try this now by pausing the video, and when you're ready to see the answer, press play. The answer we get for these is negative 60 for A and 2.8 for B. If you need more help trying to understand those answers, please come and see me. So the last thing for you to do is write down the summary. I will not mark your notes as exemplary unless you have your summary written down. So you can write your own summary or you can copy what I have written on the screen. Combining like terms to solve equations. We combine the like terms either using addition or subtraction. In the last couple problems we did subtraction. In the example on this page, you can see it's using addition. After you've combined like terms, you solve the one-step equation that you are left with by performing the inverse operation. Many times in these cases, we're left with a multiplication problem, so we need to divide in order to do the inverse. Again, if you continue to have any questions, please feel free to come and ask me or work with me on your practice. Your next steps are to submit your notes on Schoology, complete your practice, which you will find on Schoology, and once you get the required score, complete your mastery check. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next lesson.